All right, Coyote Nation, welcome to episode number 12. Following an area round championship, gold ball season is in full force. We got a playoff win over Palo Duro High School. Your score was Anna 38, Palo Duro 35. I am Blake Grundy.
I am Phil Morgan, and exceedingly glad to tell you we are brought to you by Farmers Bank and Trust.
Come on now.
All the fine people there working at Farmers. Been an absolute pleasure so far this season. We got more to go, though, Farmers. We are not done yet. I know you're excited about it. We're excited, actually. We get to maybe have an opportunity to bring a representative from Farmers on in our final show, and so we're pretty pumped to maybe bring him out and have him share with us a little bit about, his thoughts on Coyote football and what it's meant to be a part of this. So a lot of fun. What a game, man. I don't need any of these close games. Like, I don't need them in my life, but it's another close one, man. Too close for comfort, but it's a Coyote win nonetheless.
Well, and it was definitely a different Friday night for you and I.
Ooh, yeah. That was crazy Friday night.
So it was a first time, a little behind baseball for everybody. If you just found our channel because you watched the game on Friday night, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, and subscribing. Got a good. The Palo Duro people subscribed in large numbers. It was very nice of them to do that, to be able to see the game and whatever. Yeah. I imagine we'll have a little dip in subscribers now, but look, they were good people. Good fans. Yeah. I feel like we tried to treat them right. We tried to get the names right. I know we bounced back and forth on a couple names throughout the broadcast.
Yeah, listen.
And that was what was different for us.
Yeah.
Was the broadcast.
Yes.
That was our first ever.
We've never carried a game before on our channel. We've always been kind of that news arm, reporting arm, where we've done the stat shows and coaches shows, player pregame, postgame interviews, things like that, media days. We do all of those things. Like, we kind of do that almost Sports Center, ESPN, type of feel a little bit to some degree. College game day mixed in there somewhat, but to bring a game onto our network.
Let's be fair. We are not equipped to be a channel that carries games live on our own, right?
Not yet.
We scrambled.
Yeah.
We scrambled hard. It was a crazy week getting ready for that.
Yeah, so we got word on Monday that, hey, we don't have anybody. Would you guys be willing to do the radio portion of it? And we were like, heck yeah, let's do a radio style booth camera only broadcast. We were like, sure, let's roll with it. And then it was, Wichita Falls may be doing some video stuff, and it's like, okay, well, let's submit requests to the UIL, and then we got UIL approval on Wednesday. I was driving up here we record up here at our church, Penn Oaks Christian Fellowship, by the way, if you haven't caught on to that yet. But I was driving up here to sit down with you go over a couple of things, and pulled out my phone as I literally pulled into the parking lot and had the email from the UIL. You've been approved to broadcast the game, and it was like, all right.
I was actually surprised. Look, UIL is notably stingy. They've got a lot of people who come in to broadcast games. That's not a knock on the UIL. It's just it's hard to get permissions, and so for us to have been given permission meant that there were other bigger players not involved. You had Dave Campbell's NFHS, things like that typically get to carry these games. So when it gets to playoff time, you're usually fighting against some of those more broadcast capable companies, who are broadcasting for a fee, right? Looking for subscribers to come in, and here we are with our little for free channel, right?
Yeah, and so that was fun. It was all right, cool. I guess I got to go down to Best Buy and these other stores and look in Amazon and order cables and converters and things like so.
We had all sorts of stuff coming in from everywhere.
It was kind of a wild last minute scramble, and so we shouted some people out during the show, but I think it's probably good to shout them out here, and we'll get to the football game, I promise, guys. But this was a different thing for us, and so of course we were the ones talking during the football game because everybody knows we can talk.
For better or for worse. You had us that whole game.
But then we had Adam Stormer behind the camera. Or behind the computer and the booth camera. And
Matt Tucker on the field.
Yeah, Matt Tucker was doing awesome. He was the only one getting – so all the clips you see in the show today are from Matt Tucker. He was working his tail off.
He did a lot of walking that night.
Yeah. Peyton Rogers was there getting stats for us because Eric Smith, one of our normal stats guys who does our defensive side of the ball stats, was actually unable to attend live that day. And And so Peyton kind of did double stats duty for us. So shout out to Peyton, and then
had a good crew in the stadium. Had a really good crew in the stadium. But
yeah, we got to shout out Toby Tucker.
Yeah, came through in a clutch. Like one of the things that they told us going into Wichita, ISD said their tech staff basically said, look, we've got internet, but you may want to back up. And we made a couple phone calls, and some guys came through with a hotspot, which was huge.
Yeah.
We actually ended up relying on that instead of
we used because
instead
the passwords
taking the chance.
The passwords in the stadium wouldn't even work.
Yeah, so it was well placed. It was much needed. So to Mr. Tucker, to Mr. Kane, for all you guys did, and I want to say just a quick little shout. Not that they'll ever see this, but that entire booth, the technical side behind that crew that runs
Cody Johnson, and his team,
and that whole team were so good. We must have had 400 things delivered that week, and we still needed something from them. And they were so gracious and good and kind, and they were just as concerned about our stream as we were for what they were doing in house. And it was just really cool. It was really cool to see the cooperation to make sure that all went off really well, and we got it off, and it went out, and we had some really great I think followers. I think we had a really good some numbers that came out about that for our young channel, for our little baby channel,
and for our first time ever doing it. Like I thought it was pretty good. You and I think learned
a lot,
quite a bit about it, and so that may not be the last time. We'll talk a little bit about what we're going to do for the Melissa game in the outro.
Yep.
But just a huge thank you to everybody that kind of tuned in and watched and participated and helped make that possible. And it was all because we wanted to let people see these boys. It wasn't about you and I. It was about these boys,
people
these young
at
men,
home
these kids
who may not be able to
it.
travel to the game. Grandmas, grandpas who are far away. We got a message from a guy that's in the Northwest, and he's always so great about encouraging us and reminding us that he gets to watch his grandson via our channel, and he gets to get updates about his grandson via our channel, which is awesome. That's a big portion of why we do what we do. It's not the only reason, but this last week, that was a big motivation for us, is to make sure that people who couldn't get to the game had a chance to be able to see it. And 1,800 at one time, at one moment, concurrent viewers, and then almost 9,000 live viewers through the course of the game, which is it's crazy to think that this channel had that kind of reach.
It was pretty cool. It was wild. I think at one point you and I both kind of turned our phones over and we're like, because we were getting text messages, hey, fix this volume thing, and also shout out to your son texted, hey,
that's my boy Blake. I see you, boy.
Hey, you're a little bit quiet. Turn your mic up compared to mine, and so we kind of we did some of that, and then we both I think kind of had turn our phones over and all right, we just got to lock in on this game because there was a lot going on, and shout out to the Palo Duro fans and team. Y'all played your tails off.
Yeah,
man. Y'all are an exceptionally talented team, and by looking at the two deeps that we made and looking at the roster and the names that we were calling out, y'all are going to come back strong next year as well.
Y'all are going to be a real problem for a couple years for sure. And assuming things keep going the way they are, which there's no indication that
Coach
they
Mims
won't.
has that program on the right track.
Yeah, man. So and such good talent coming back and depth. I mean, look, hats off to you guys. You fought hard all the way through the game.
But this is about us.
But this is about the Coyotes,
This is about the Coyotes. So this is where if you're a Palo Duro fan, it's all right, let me go ahead and tune out.
Now it's time to turn it off.
They talked about Deuce or Kyron Brown or Darian Lewis. Yes, I know their names still.
All those guys were amazing.
But we're going to talk about our Coyotes, man. And they came through in big ways, right? 38 points in that game. And, we were able to build a 17-point lead that kind of carried us to the end. And we had a couple of plays that, here or there where if we make those plays, we maybe ice it a little bit earlier.
It's funny.
But
I watched a show last night. I won't name the show, but I watched a show last night. And those of you that watch local sports shows will know which one I'm talking about. But I watched a show last night, and they talked about us, and they talked about how they've been in a lot of close games. Like that's a knock. And I get it. I don't know. I think at some point you want to see a team be a little dominant, right? But in the same breath, when you're in a close game, you got to do what it takes to win.
Yeah.
Does your team have the grit that it takes to win these games? And these are no easy games. Palo Duro was not a easy team.
Timberview's not a walkover. Wasn't a walkover.
In fact, everybody had picked Timberview over us.
Yeah.
Right?
Besides, shout out Dave Campbell's computer picks.
The computer picks.
The
from
computer
Dave Campbell's
picks had us by 7 over over Timberview, and that was pretty accurate.
And we did talk about going into that game, and I'm going to toot our own horn here because we don't do picks live. That's things that what does Alonzo call them? Dig 'em smack.
Yeah, we don't want to be another team's bulletin board material besides our score 84.
That's right. It's a fantastic week.
It's the best week of the year.
So crazy, bro. All right, you're wild. You're just baiting people. Like that's what you're trying to do. So they talked about this team in a negative way, like because we're in these close games all the time. But look, I'll say this: in a close game, we've learned that we can win. We can hold off. We can do things that are going to be necessary to extend a run into the playoffs. So I'm actually pretty impressed by the resilience of the team.
It teaches you how to dig one step deeper. To say I can go one play more, right? When you're winning 70-14 in the first or second round of the playoffs, like, hey, it's nice to kind of have that mental breather and that mental break. We got that at the end of the regular season. Like, but these tough times teach you how to dig a little bit deeper. Yeah.
But when you get up by that much, you got to be careful. You can't be like some teams who have the concession stand deliver food to their sideline.
I'm just,
Oh man, I know. I'm poking the bear now.
Should we talk about our offense?
Please, let's
go.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we offer banking solutions to help you through any season of life. From no-fee checking to our mobile app for easy on-the-go banking. From instant issue, tap-to-pay debit cards to click switch, used to quickly, securely transition automated payments and direct deposits from one account to another. And much more. For your family, for your business, come home to Farmers Bank and Trust.
All right, well, you talked about him last week, so I'm going to bring him in. Number 8. People still. 3 years, 11 playoff games in as a starter, and we still getting his name wrong in the DFW Metroplex area. It's Zyondre Williams. You're going to walk away with 5 stickers, brother. Dude, that's just my quarterback. He's your quarterback, too. That's our quarterback.
my quarterback.
It's my quarterback, bro. Little Terrell Owens. Listen, 8 for 15 for 176 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then you had 2 explosive passing plays, with the long being 52. And that long explosive passing play is the one that set up that field goal right before halftime. It was the one to Rowan Nylander, where he kind of streaks across the middle to the far sideline, turns upfield, and just gets pushed out of bounds about the 3-yard line.
Great to see Rowan making catches.
Yeah. And so that long of 52 set up what was ultimately the field goal difference in the game. Yep. 11 carries for 65 yards and a touchdown, and then a long explosive run of 17 is going to give Zy 5 stickers on the night. And it's crazy as we get to the next guy. Like, are we just a running team now?
Look, we've had that. I had a conversation with one of the coaches after the game. We put it on our channel.
Yeah,
it's out there, and he said, "Look, we've known we can do this. We've just had to sit on it. We've had to be careful with it because it's a weapon, and we knew it was a weapon, and we wanted to make sure it was employed at the right time, and that people didn't have the goods, so to speak. We do. We have them." And he said we knew it. And so, you're seeing what we kind of knew we were all along, and it's because of the next guy.
Yeah.
Should we just go right into it?
By the way, real quick, I think we had like 38, 39 carries on the night as a team.
Yeah.
So, go into it, because this guy was a big part of it.
I mean, look, I know, like, when you guys watch our show, we're all about the Coyotes. I'm wearing the U today. And you got your Farmers Coyote gear on.
I got my Farmers.
But when we talk about these kids and we kind of go on and on, sometimes you've got to understand it's not just because we're homers. It's because of the insane accomplishment. And Ace Trailer put up just insane accomplishments this week. Like, it's wild to think about all this kid did. There's players all over the Metroplex who play both ways. Right? I mean, it's not uncommon to see players play both ways. But to make the kind of contributions Ace is making going both ways is ridiculous.
Right.
Ridiculous. So let's get into the stat line, and then we'll break it down. 6 stickers on the offensive side here.
Yes.
On the offensive side, 6 stickers. 25 carries for 100 190 yards and a touchdown.
No, bro. Chill.
Come on, dude.
And a shoestring tackle kept that from being 2 tutties and 200 yards.
A little over that, probably 220. I mean, because I think he still had 30 yards to go on that run.
Yeah, the shoestring tackle he ended up catching it and running and getting a. So you can talk about it. I cut you off. My fault.
No, it's
My
okay.
apologies.
No, you're right. You're right to bring it up. It literally is mind numbing. Had a long of 41 with 7.6 yards per catch there per carry. Sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
3 receptions for 46 yards and a touchdown. Again, just the averages are just wild, dude. Just absolutely wild. You know, you're over 15 yards per reception. You're 7.6 yards per carry. Like, it's sick. And this is just on the offensive side of the ball, right? This is just what you're doing on the offense. We talked to him after the game and just said, you know, what's your mentality? Like, is there a place you don't play? Like, is there a position you're not playing? He's like, I'm going to play everywhere they need me. That's just my mentality. Is I want to do whatever it takes to help this team move forward. Like, that's what I want. I want us to move on. And if I've got to do X, Y, and Z, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'll do them all.
Right. And that's what we talked about this off camera before we came over here, right? It's Edward Chumley-esque. Right? They're certainly they're not the same player. They're 2 different players. You know what I mean? Two different styles of runners, archetypes build. Like, if you had told me last year that Ace Traylor in our second playoff game this season was going to have 25 carries, I would have told you you're crazy. And apparently Coach Rigg in the back of his mind all season was like, Blake's crazy. He doesn't know.
That's right.
And Coach Rigg, you're right. I was crazy. I didn't know. Ace, I didn't know. So they're 2 different players, but it's their heart that we kind of talk about. And it's that same heart that we saw out of guys like CJ and Grant Cerveny and Grayson Stewart, right? Like, and all of those defensive players, and, you know, like we see it out of Peyton Miller. But it's that heart to say, I'm going to step on the field and go wherever and do whatever because I just want one more. Cash Williams, Jaden Parker, I just want one more game.
Team above me.
Yeah.
Team above me, right? That's what it is. And it's so hard. In a game where we keep stats, we report on stats, we give stickers for stats, right? Like, it's a tough balance.
Yes.
But Ace embodies it. He understands it. He gets it. Team above me. I'll do whatever the coaches need me to do, wherever they tell me to go, and however they tell me to do it, I'm going to do it. And he just elevates the team around him. It's in the trenches. It's hard, right?
Yes.
Team above me. And I think you see this when you see a player who can dominate in the trenches, and it gets heated in there, and the words start flowing. The tempers start rising,
and they rise,
and they do, and it gets dirty up in there. Like, those trenches that's a hard place to play mentally, right? But you've always got to think team above me. We talk about clean play. You can't let them get to your emotions and cause you to cost your team. Yeah. Because it's team above me. It's not about my emotions. It's not about how I feel. It's not about the things that are going on in my head. It's about the guy that's lining up to the left or the right of me, right? It's about the guy that I'm blocking for. It's about that guy that I'm going to, help spring downfield 10, 15, 20 yards, because even though I didn't get the ball, I'm going to make sure my guy who did get the ball gets more yards, right? That's the team over me mentality. And Ace, just everywhere you turn, I feel like Ace shows it. This is the guy. I know he's got offers. I know there's stuff that's out there. Whoever gets this guy gets a massive addition to their locker room when next year rolls around.
Yeah, this sermon was. I'm just kidding.
Stop it.
Hey, our next guy.
My cup does say pastor.
It does say pastor. It does in fact say that. But you're right in everything you say. You know what I mean? Like, I disagree with you, but I would be wrong. So I don't want to be wrong. So I'm gonna just say I agree with you.
I'm not always right.
This next guy, this next guy walks in a similar vein, right? So everything we just said, you could almost copy paste and put in there. Like, obviously he's not carrying the ball 25 times a game, but he's willing to do whatever he needs to. Maybe he will next week. I don't
know, man. With this team, you never know.
You know what? I'm willing to be made a fool. Coach Rigg, if you need to make me a fool again and be like, right. All right, cool. Like, they weren't ready. Let's do it.
Coach Rigg's watching. He's like, okay, Rowan Nylander not a running back?
Rowan Nylander, 42 carries for 487 yards.
Right.
Yes, please. I would take that. Number 9, Rowan Nylander. You're going to walk away with 5 stickers on the night, brother. You had 4 catches for 130 yards. For an average of 32.5 yards per catch.
Disgusting, bro.
One touchdown, and then you had 2 explosive plays, with your long one being that 52-yarder we talked about earlier with Zai to set that field goal up before halftime. And like Rowan, this is probably statistically this is your largest game of the season, and it's good to see. What this also tells me is you're back and healthy.
Yeah,
like you're 100% back, man. And
Come on.
and it's at the right time that we get you back because we need a guy like you in the stretch run to operate in that slot, to be that sure-handed guy that's willing to go over the middle, that can take a play and break it and explode. Man, and you're that.
Can we just say school is in session?
Sure.
Zoolander is back, baby. School for DBs who don't cover too well. You're back in session.
You're pushing that Alonzo nickname.
I like it. I like that
Shout
one.
out Alonzo.
So I don't like all your nicknames, and you talked about on another show this week how if somebody doesn't like your nickname, you can just tell them you'll come up with another one. That's good of you, but I don't like them all. But I do like this one. I think that one's pretty funny. Zoolander, man, Nylander is just a dude. He's such a weapon, and 32.5 yards per carry, bro. Like that's just gross. Like, come on.
And by the way, his touchdown catch was the one where it was a high snap and Zide knocks it down and picks it up off the turf and steps up into the pocket like he's about to run and sees Rowan just staying disciplined in his route.
Yep.
Just starting up the seam, and Zide's like, oh, okay, cool. Pop drops it in there, and Rowan grabs it and is like, oh, hey, nobody wanted to cover me? Cool. Deuces for 6. Let's go. Rowan, you get 5 stickers on the night, brother. Great performance, man. Couldn't be more proud of you.
Hit that turbo button.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm going to talk about – now, this is someplace we don't normally mention this young man's name.
Never. We've never. This is a career first.
This is a career first for this young man. Number 54, Peyton Miller, gets a sticker for a tutty. Touchdown, baby! Come on, Peyton Miller. Running back 1, y'all. Here he is, live in person, number 54, like getting it done. Now, look, it was an incredible moment. He really wasn't playing running back in the moment. But
my man's out there like Booby Miles, y'all hitting the spin move, man, making left, moving left, moving right, making a miss.
I think he could do it. He's athletic enough.
He'd be scary to take down.
Oh, dude, could you imagine?
By the way, how funny is it that all season you've wanted is a Quan Young touchdown,
and we get a Peyton Miller.
We get a Peyton Miller touchdown, one jersey number away.
Yeah, Quan, tell me how mad are you that you weren't right there? Look, anyway, the good news is the ball got knocked free on the goal line, and Peyton was right there.
Because of course Peyton was right there.
Of course Peyton was.
Where else would he be?
Yeah, he was right there to cover it up. I saw the fight. I don't know how it went down under the pile. I would love to. Wouldn't you love to be able to just kind of like as a video layer, be able to peel back players one at a time just to get the last few guys who are fighting for the ball?
Oh, I guarantee you, this is where Peyton's wrestling background comes in.
Oh, there's no doubt. There was no way Peyton was not coming away with that ball.
100%.
Touchdown. Peyton Miller.
1.
Touchdown. RB1.
Officially on Max Preps because our coaches upload to Max Preps, but it's listed as one carry, 0 yards, 1 touchdown.
Oh, I love stats.
Oh, stats they ain't lying either.
No.
Hey, our final offensive stat of the night because did I tell you that we're a running team now?
We're a running team.
So I copied and pasted last week's pancake dinner sticker stat line from last week's show sheet to this week's.
Okay.
And I changed one thing.
Uh-oh.
I added 40 yards. The yards per carry were identical.
That's crazy.
So we rushed for 264 yards on the night. 264. Last week was 224. This week was 264. So if you're like, it was a 1 week fluke. No, we're actually we're committed to this.
Yeah.
264 yards and identical 6.8 yards per carry as a team. So book it this Friday. My expectation is at minimum 6.8 yards per carry as a team and 304 yards rushing because that's following the postseason pattern. 224, 264, 304, 6.8 yards per carry.
Algorithm makes sense.
It tracks. Listen, we do the math, so you don't have to do it at home. But all of our offensive line, you guys are going to get an extra sticker for what we call the pancake dinner. Lots of syrup on there. I don't know if you like some fruit mixed in with your pancakes. If you do some chocolate chips.
By the looks of it, they like bacon mixed in with their pancakes.
Some bacon. Yeah, listen,
big boys.
They can have all the bacon they want, brother.
That's right.
I will cook them up some bacon. But yeah, our offensive line was just on one.
Do we need to host a post-season breakfast for all the O linemen? Just make pancakes and bacon
and the eggs.
Yeah.
We could do that. We could get the Blackstone fired up.
It might be.
We might need
seeing something here.
We might need to. I might need to bring my Blackstone up here too, so we have 2 Blackstones
So we have enough
rolling.
to cook.
Otherwise, they're gonna eat us out of house and home. They'll be eating
gosh.
it quicker than we can cook it.
It might be worth it though.
I'd be willing to
worth
feed those young men.
Man. Well,
But hey, pancake dinner for the offensive line guys. Great job creating
great
holes.
game.
Our game plan was just run up the middle, and we talked about it before this week's game. We talked a little bit off camera. One of the things that we noticed is they had a tendency to spread their line out, flare out their outside linebackers, and have their middle linebackers be kind of a little bit deeper. Mm-hmm. And so you could get to second coverage blocks. If you're able to hold one-on-one blocks, you could get to the linebackers on that second level with your guards, and we saw some of that. And we saw some hard running, and the O-line just did a great job all night long.
All night long. And now,
before I start singing?
Before you start singing again and we lose subscribers.
Or we get DMCA?
Let's talk about our defense.
Let's do it.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we offer banking solutions to help you through any season of life. From no-fee checking to our mobile app for easy on-the-go banking. From instant issue, tap-to-pay debit cards, to click switch, used to quickly, securely transition automated payments and direct deposits from one account to another. And much more. For your family, for your business, come home to Farmers Bank and Trust.
All right, guys, we're back with the defense. And who better to start it off with? Who better to talk it? I mean, just right off the top. Number 90, Caden Banks.
Come on
the
now.
soul snatcher himself. Right? I mean, I say this all the time about the kid. I feel like he lives in the backfield, and yet he really did. Like every time we turned around, being able to broadcast a game, we were constantly trying to find things to say. And we didn't have to look far. When it was time for the defense, Caden Banks was giving us something to talk about. 3 total tackles, 4 quarterback hurries, 4 stickers on the night. Just a good physical, violent presence on the defensive side of the ball, disrupting plays, letting them know that if they have the ball, they're going to have to meet him. And that was not something that they wanted to do. Now, credit. Those guys they're very physical.
Raymond Johnson, Darian Lewis,
very physical.
Amari James, Deuce,
not afraid of it. Right? They all game long they took the challenge, and Caden kept delivering over and over and over, right to the very end. In fact, the very end.
Yes. Can I give one critique?
Get it?
Hey, Caden, I need you to take like 3 shots of pickle juice at halftime this week.
Come on.
We can't have you coming off the field with cramps this week, right?
Gonna buy some special hydration bottles with pickle juice.
Mandatory pickle juice for every player at halftime.
We could have a secondary reservoir, one for water, one for pickle juice, so you could just be drinking your water and just squeeze a quick shot of pickle juice in there with it.
For those that don't know, pickle juice delivers lots of electrolytes really quickly to your system. Lots of
lots
of salt, things like that.
It literally is pickle juice.
It's literally a giant jar of pickles, and you just take the pickle juice and you drink a little bit to help get electrolytes in your system quickly. So we're not like referencing something weird.
No. So 4 stickers for Caden.
Come on now.
After our tirade about pickle juice, 4 stickers for Caden. You're going to add to that collection, my guy. Incredible game, dude. Great, a lot of heart out there.
You never know where I'm going to go with things. Hey, our next guy, number 98, Shamar Boykins. Brother, you're going to walk away with 2 stickers. Similarly, you were in the backfield a ton. You were doing a great job of plugging up middle holes. There wasn't a whole lot of middle running lanes for them this game. A lot of it was bouncing to the outside, having to get that perimeter. And part of that's because Shamar Boykins was right there. So you're going to walk away with 2 stickers specifically for your 2 quarterback hurries on the night. Just not giving Deuce a lot of time, forcing him to be flushed out of the pocket, not giving him a chance to let his receivers get away from our DBs, who were in hit pockets all night long as well, by the way. Both of their main wide receivers are holding Division I offers from UTEP, UNLV, things like that. And so, Shamar, you're part of the reason why they didn't get as much opportunity to be involved because of your 2 quarterback hurry. So great job, brother.
Yeah, man, great game. Number 99, Draylon McMahon.
Come on, Dre.
Dre, let's go, kid. 2 stickers on the night.
Yes, sir.
2 stickers, 5 total tackles, a tackle for loss, and a quarterback hurry.
Yeah.
Look, there was a moment where I thought just maybe, Deuce was going to break one off. He's going to run off onto the right side of the line. He's going to find a way to get free, but who was in pursuit? who never gave up on the play.
99.
Number 99 came up from behind and ended up tackling him and forcing him to go out of bounds and made one of the really good plays number 99 made on the day. Look, Dre, there's so many reasons I'm proud of you.
Yep.
I've had the opportunity to voice those to you in person.
Yeah.
Games are hard, man. A season is hard.
It's
and
long.
Watching guys like Dre battle and mentally overcome the battle of a long season where things ebb and flow.
Mm-hmm.
You don't always go out and have your best games. You don't always go out and get everything you want, right? But to have the mental strength to just fight through what I think gets a lot of kids, the emotions.
Yeah.
The bad emotions, those emotions that want to tell you this or something else that's bad. And Dre's a fighter, man. He's a fighter, and he fought this game. And as a result, he's getting extra stickers on his helmet. Had five big tackles, that tackle for loss, and a QB hurry. So proud of this kid. It's a lot of fun to be able to talk about him.
100%. Couldn't be more proud. The next guy has battled all season long, coming back from injury, kind of getting his body back to where it needs to be. And Gavin, number 93, Gavin Bond, we saw you show up in a big way. We see you for 2 stickers, 3 total tackles, and once again, 2 quarterback hurries. It's kind of a theme that we're seeing from our front 7 these first 2 weeks of the playoffs is you guys are just getting relentless pressure on pretty much every drop back. You guys are having your way, getting through lines, getting through gaps, things like that, to where you're not allowing quarterbacks to be comfortable back in the pocket and just to sit there and go through their progressions or even step up in the pocket, because if they're stepping up, you're right there. And so you're flushing them out, making it kind of scramble drills. And Gavin, you're a part of that with your 3 total tackles and 2 quarterback hurries on the night.
Number 42, we're going to talk about next, Bryson Bardroff.
Yeah.
Quarterback hurry. Bryson, another kid who is just physical, hard playing defensive player. Bryson found himself with an opportunity in front of him. And look, these plays are important. When you force a quarterback out of the pocket, when you make them take off and run, some of them, not every quarterback is Ziondre Williams.
No.
Right? Not everybody can handle that pressure the way that he does. Not that Deuce is a bad quarterback by any stretch. We're not going to say that. But you make a quarterback think twice about what he needs to do. You force him into making a decision faster. You force him to look at things that maybe he wouldn't otherwise look at. You're creating havoc, and Bryson, you were a part of that. And we needed every single one of you to do this. Every single one of you. All these plays mattered. Every hurry, every tackle for loss, every single one of them mattered. And it's why your coaches and people around you tell you, play the play in front of you. Don't worry about the one that's already passed. You can't change it. And you can't worry about the one that's to come because it's not here yet. All you get is the play in front of you, right? And when you make the most of that, your team performs at its best ability, at its highest level. So, Bryson, you do that. I think you meet the game with that kind of mentality. Came out in this moment, and that hurry was a big deal, man. Congratulations. Sticker, coming to you.
Number 11, he's a problem.
He's a
problem. Number 11, Jaden Parker, you're going to walk away with 5 stickers. Listen, you had 19 total tackles on the night. 15 solo, 4 assisted, 19 total tackles. You had a tackle for a loss. You had a quarterback hurry, and you're involved in that big sack with Sasumi down on that 3rd down. Sasumi kind of got him, and you came to help finish it. So we don't give out half stickers. We don't give out half sacks on our channel. So we count it as a full sack. But, brother, 19 total tackles. That puts him well over 100 tackles on the season now for this middle linebacker who, by the way, this is only his 2nd season ever in his life playing linebacker.
Hard to believe, man.
Last year was his first year ever playing linebacker up in Kansas. And so you come down and you kind of like it puts it in perspective how good he is quickly and how much growth there still is left in this young man. Jaden Parker, dude, could not be more happy to see you as a Coyote this season. Incredible young man, 19 total tackles, 5 stickers on the evening. Great job, brother.
Let's talk about who got 2nd place on the team with tackles.
Come on.
Right? Number 31, Austin Crowley. Right? 2 stickers coming your way, 10 total tackles, which is 2nd on the team, and a tackle for loss. AC has that same mentality. The mentality is growing, right? The defense, we talk about how teams need to step up and get better every week, get better, peak at the right times. This team has been getting better every week. They're just taking little steps every week towards, a better, more perfect game. I don't know, more perfect game. I don't know how you'd say it better than that, but they're just more complete. With each passing week, they're getting closer and closer to being a more complete team. Austin Crowley's one of those kids who continually does that work, right? He's putting in the effort. He's keeping his mind right.
Yeah.
He's being the kind of teammate he needs to be. He's got good guys around him, and so when it's called upon, he shows up. 2 stickers worth of reminder of how he shows up. Right, double-digit tackles is no small task, and again, it's a big reason why we are on the winning side of the column of the win-loss column this week, and why we continue to move forward is a guy like Austin Crowley who continues to do his job and do it very, very well.
Yeah, by the way, these last 2 guys, Jaden and Austin Crowley, they're kind of like they're sure tacklers. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of times, I think in today's modern football, and we see this sometimes on our defensive side, it is almost the hit stick mentality. I want to just lower a shoulder and just try and boom them, or I just want to try and clip them or whatever.
And you know, we love it as fans.
Yeah.
When you get the hit, when you get the big hit stick.
I mean, we celebrate it.
Yeah, we're like, oh, everybody does that. You hear the whole stadium reacts to it, but. You're right. These guys just are like, I'm going to bring him down.
Yeah. And by the way, Jaden Parker knocked a helmet off this week.
Yes, he did.
Right? Austin Crowley's knocked. You know, but like I say that as a reminder that sometimes it's just we just need the sure tackle, just the form tackle to the ground, and you know, move on to the next play. And then when the big play presents itself, like these guys are going to step up and make it, and this next guy is always going to step up and make that big play. Cash, money, Quadzilla Williams. You're going to walk away with 4 stickers, brother. You had 8 total tackles, which was tied for 3rd on the team. You had 2 quarterback hurries, and you had an interception that was tied to one of Caden Banks' QB hurries.
Yep.
Caden gets in there, and we slow-moed it. We called it live, and you're like, I think Caden got his arm live.
Yep.
We were excited about it. Caden got the QB hurry, and as Deuce is reaching back to throw it, Caden gets his forearm right around his elbow.
Yep.
It flutters in the air, and Cash is right there.
Good presence of mind.
And then here was the presence of his mind, too. As he's running the football up the sideline, he probably could have forced more yardage, but in his mind he said, I'm going to make the safe play. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to make sure that I don't lose this football. I'm not even going to give them a chance to strip it. So he just goes down and does the team thing.
Yep.
Right? He's not like, I'm going to try and force an extra 20 yards or a touchdown out of this pick six. I'm going to make the team play. And that's Cash's mindset. He talked about it, our last game against Liberty in the regular season. And this is the mentality he's been playing with. I just want one more.
Yep.
I don't want it to stop. This is my senior year. This is the last time I'll ever put on a Coyote jersey every Friday night. It's the last time I'll ever put on a Coyote jersey. And so every single night.
Don't start with that.
No, every single night.
You try and make me emotional. You start talking like stuff like that.
But he's playing with that emotion.
We've called Cash Williams' name for a long time.
4 years worth of calling him.
Yep. A long time. We've covered his entire high school career, and it's fun to still watch him play at a very high level each week.
Yep.
All right, I'll talk about him.
Okay.
The Tsunami.
Come on now.
Right? Ryan Sasumi, number 15. Ryan, 4 stickers this week. 4 stickers.
Oh, yeah.
Three. What is wrong with me? 3 total tackles. 3 total tackles. A tackle for loss, a sack, and 2 quarterback hurries. Ryan, last year, we said a lot of things about Ryan, right? The main thing that I think we said last year was if Ryan can learn to flip the switch and become more violent, if he can learn how to play this game on a physical level, he's going to be a problem for opposing teams. The switch has been flipped. The flip has been switched. 3-2, flip a switch, whatever.
All 3 of the switches.
I'm just all 3 switches. All 3 switches are flipped. It's so bad, man. I'm such a mess. Ryan, don't kill me for messing up your shout out here. 4 stickers on your 3 tackles, tackle for loss and sack, and 2 hurries. I got all the numbers right that time. You flipped the switch and absolutely have played with your hair on fire this year.
And you switched the game.
Yeah, you on many times have changed the entire atmosphere of a drive because of the depth and the level of your play. Don't ever second guess yourself, man. You're starting to move and play in the way that helps teams get deeper and deeper.
And number 3,
come on,
Cormon Houston. Yes, on the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
Number 3, the freshman. Cormon Houston, you're going to walk away with a sticker on the defensive side of the ball for your interception. And listen, what I loved, and we talked about it on the broadcast, that was one of those pet route trees that Palo Duro has. And so for any DB but especially a freshman wide receiver crossing over to play DB, to have the recognition of that route tree development and to jump that, and to read Deuce's eyes and to jump that is pretty incredible. That takes a high level of football training. That takes film work. All of that is done in behind the scenes, right? Like, obviously, Cormand is an athletic human being. He makes me look like the most unathletic person that has walked the planet. With that being said, it's his mind that helped him get that interception. To recognize that route tree, and that's coaching from Coach Severe, from Coach G, from all of those defensive coaches. Right, that is all of them coming together and helping these young men be prepared to step up in that situation, so that when he saw that route combo, he said, I know where I need to jump, because I know that if he comes to his second or third read, this is where the ball's probably going to go.
Yeah.
And you did just that, Cormand, and it was perfect. And you still had to have the physical traits to do it, but that was a mental interception in my mind. That's what you used to get that. So, Cormand, you're on the board on the defensive side of the ball.
And on the defensive side, again, more wide receivers playing some great defense. Number 4, number 6, right? Braden Spinks and Keyshawn Miles combined for what could almost, just this close, was going to be an interception, but becomes a pass breakup.
Yep.
Talked with Keyshawn a little bit after the game. I didn't get to see Braden. Talked with Keyshawn after the game. And I was like, what was going on, man? And he's like, he goes, like, I had it. He goes, I actually thought Braden was one of their guys. And I think that's why we kind of got tangled up and ended up falling back down to the ground. But he's like, man, we were there. We were like right there. I'm like, yes, you were, man. But you're both going to get a sticker for another pass breakup. A really good play on the ball. These guys are everywhere on the team. You know, Coach Parr constantly stresses, right? It's not a defense, it's not an offense, right? It's a we-fence. We are working for the same goal, pushing for the same prize, looking to the same thing. And all these guys we've talked about in this side are guys who are embodying this. They've bought in. They're taking this leadership from Coach Parr and the rest of the staff, and they have bought in. And Braden Spinks and Keyshawn Miles are just another part of that.
100%. And just like Sachs, we're not going to make you guys share a sticker. You shared a pass breakup, but we're not going to make you share a sticker.
Nope.
Our next guy, number 1, Israel Johnson. You're going to walk away with 3 stickers on the night. You had 2 tackles, but you had 3 pass breakups. They tested you all night long, and I think you only got beat that one time. I think that was the only completion that he gave up, was that touchdown. But like, dude, you were everywhere. They tested you. At one point, you had a pick that was like, you high pointed the ball so well, and their receiver number 10, Kyron Brown, just had to turn into his own DB and knock that ball away from Izzy. Dude, you were in hit pockets all night long. 3 pass breakups, brother. Your hip fluidity and the way you can turn and move with these receivers in and out of breaks is awesome. It's incredible to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, great competitive kid there. Number 7 we're back to him again. You ready? We're back to him. Ace Trailer. 7 stickers. That's 6 plus 7. Mm-hmm. Just so you know, the math is 13.
13.
Yeah, 13. 4 total tackles. Mm-hmm. 2 sacks. Mm-hmm. But Ace Trailer, 2 sacks.
Yes.
Did you hear that? Ace Trailer, 2 sacks.
One of those sacks was a strip sack.
The
forced fumble on the 4th down. The early 4th down.
Yeah. Huge. Like, holy cow, 2 tackles for loss on top of that. A quarterback hurry and a pass breakup. And the forced fumble. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm just going to say you're up to 13 stickers so far. Up to 13 on this game. Ace Trailer, you're a beast. You're just a beast. That's it. That's all. I'm done. I'm a fan. End of story.
Great job. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, just give the man a round of applause? Like, he balled out all night long. The next guy, number 17, Josiah Smith. You're going to show up on the board.
Let's go, JoJo.
4 stickers this game, brother. You were kind of all over the field. You were in the backfield. You were making tackles in the secondary. You were dropping in coverage. So you had 8 total tackles, which was tied for 3rd on the team. And then you had 3. I had to count my fingers to make sure I held the right number up this time, too. You got me paranoid.
It's not contagious. You're good.
3 quarterback hurries, including the one where you and Caden paired on the final quarterback hurry of the night, where you forced Deuce to roll out to his right before he wanted to. No receiver available. Just had to kind of throw it out there. Ended up throwing it into the turf. And the reason he did that is because you and Caden were in the backfield with the pressure at the right moments, at the right time. When Coach Revere dialed up the pressure and told you to blitz, you were not going to be blocked. You were in there to have our free safety have 3 quarterback hurries is pretty special.
Yeah.
And so JoJo, you're going to walk away with 4 stickers, brother. Like you're ramping it up. You're ramping it up at the right time in big ways. And so JoJo, dude, I see you, brother. 4 stickers on the evening.
So I'll round it out. I'll finish it up. Number 30, Brennan Williams.
I love it.
Getting a sticker for the performance. 3 total tackles and a quarterback hurry. We slow-mo to play while we were going through our clips to just kind of see what was going on. Deuce was a guy that usually took more than one guy to bring him down.
Yep.
Right. It wasn't usually one guy bringing Deuce down. I mean, it was a combination of guys throughout the course of the night. And then there was a particular play where I think it was a quarterback keeper. He was running up the middle, and it looked like Jaden Parker kind of got there.
Jaden Parker got there initially,
and then somebody came in and changed the dynamic. We couldn't see because it was on the opposite side of the mess, and they hit. Like you could tell they came in and hit hard, and we couldn't see numbers. We just saw a body flying in, so we backed up the play, looked at it, and of course it was Brennan Williams, number 30, coming in, laying the lumber, man, just putting a hit on a dude, making him pay.
Yep.
He was already kind of tied up, and so it was truly truly an opportunity to punish someone, and he sure did, man. Brennan has that mentality, right? He's a sound player,
yes,
very disciplined, understands everything in front of him. Has an ability to help other people understand. He calls other guys up to where they need to be, reminds them of things. And Brennan is a very heady, very smart football player who has the ability to bring a punishing amount of pain to the game. And so, Brennan, we see you, man. We're giving you another sticker for your performance. And that's it.
That's the defense.
That's the defense.
Sit special teams.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we offer banking solutions to help you through any season of life, from no-fee checking to our mobile app for easy on-the-go banking. From instant issue, tap-to-pay debit cards, to click switch, used to quickly, securely transition automated payments and direct deposits from one account to another, and much more. For your family, for your business, come home to Farmers Bank and Trust.
All right. Well, hey, listen, we're going to start off with two stickers for our extra point unit / our field goal unit. It's the same unit, but they were 5 for 5 on extra points and 1 for 1 on the 20-yard field goal right before the half. You and I kind of talked, and we were like, we could totally see Coach Parr faking this and trying to get the touchdown and kind of going for a little bit of a gut punch right here before the half. Yep. And ultimately, I think it was the wise decision to roll Dez out there. Like we talked about it, that extra point distance, like he's basically automatic. His only misses on the season, I think, were against Highland when it was just that weird wet field, slightly rainy, just sleepy 7 a.m. game that I'm so thankful we never have to relive.
Right.
At least I hope we never have to relive a game like that again.
Hey, that field goal comes into play.
But since then he's been automatic, right?
Yeah.
And so 5 for 5 on extra points, 1 for 1 on the 20-yard field goal. Man, listen, our extra point unit, it takes everybody. Once again, you talked about slow-mowing a play with Brennan Williams. We slow-mowed, I think it was the field goal, or is it an extra point? I forget which one. But we slow-mowed it because we watched the ball go through, and then we watch a Palo Duro player eject. It was like Fast and the Furious, ejectocito, cuzzo.
Oh, my goodness.
And he just ejects, and we're like, who did that to him? And we slow-mo it.
Slowed it back.
And none other than number 54, Peyton Miller, just wham. And totally like within the confines of the play.
Blew him up.
But the football's going over him, and the player's going like, so the football's going and the player's going backwards at just about the same rate. And it's like, Peyton, were you trying to put the player through the upright?
Here's what's funny to me, though. This is what's funny to me. The physicality happened at the line. By the time we're watching the play, Peyton is just standing there watching the guy falling backwards. Like it was
on a similar trajectory. Like, and we're like, could he go through the uprights?
It was very Matrixy for us in slow-mo, but I will tell you, Peyton just had a very good physical game, and that was just one more place where it came out.
So our extra point unit, our field goal unit, y'all are going to walk away with 2 stickers on the evening.
And then we'll talk about a little bit about Des Marquin here.
Yeah.
Give him a little bit of love. The touchback merchant.
Come on now.
Right? Going to get a sticker, multiple kickoffs over 70 yards. Again, showing he's got the leg, right, to get the job done over and over
Yes.
and over
Yes.
and over again.
Yes.
Dude's a killer, stone cold killer. Does what he's supposed to do. It's the hardest job. How many guys in the NFL this weekend? I watched several games where kickers doing. It's the worst sound in the world, isn't it?
I didn't watch almost any.
No,
driving to and from
you had a lot
Oklahoma
of
basketball games, but yeah,
I watched a lot of football this weekend.
but it happens all the time.
I watched a lot of football this weekend, and it felt so good. I don't normally get free time to do that, but I watched a lot of football, and it felt really good to just hang out, watch some football, and enjoy some of the competition that was out there this last weekend. And there was nothing more disgusting or sounding than that dong that you get, right? Especially if you're a fan of that team.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that's not a sound we're used to hearing, just because our kicker has a way of executing. But when it comes to kickoffs, he puts that power to good use.
He does.
He can boot the ball, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having a brick at the end of his leg. He just swings through, and the ball just rockets off his foot, man. It's crazy. So, Des, sticker coming.
We may bring him to our next golf tournament scramble and just let him drive it by kicking the ball.
Can you kick this ball, please?
So probably my favorite kickoff of the night by him, though, wasn't the two that he sent 75 yards. It was the one that he literally dropped on the 10-yard line that just barely rolled out of bounds. Mm-hmm. And that's to me, that's the execution side of it, where Coach Rod is saying, I want you to execute this to this exact spot. And he's like, all right, cool. I'll drop it in a bucket. And to me, that's as impressive, when compared to the 75-yard kick. Mm-hmm. To drop it there is pretty awesome. So Des is a special talent. Hey, our last two special team stickers of the night is going to go to number 22, Pharrell Brown, and we get some balloons celebrating over there. Number 22, woo-hoo! Pharrell Brown, and then number 17, Josiah Smith. You guys are each going to walk away with a sticker because you were part of the special teams tackle that pinned them at, I believe it was the 14-yard line, where you pinned them deep in their own territory. They decided to return it for the first time all night, and Pharrell and JoJo were like, hey, no. Mm-hmm. No, you should have just wave. Just wave
it.
just wave. Both of you guys bring them down inside the 14-yard line. Pharrell was the first to hit, and then JoJo was there to help secure the tackle, and he goes down, and it's like, all right, cool. Now they have 8. They have to go 86 yards to try and get 6 on the board. And so those guys performing in special teams is always a big deal. And so you two are going to walk away with a sticker each on the night.
That's quite a game.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stickers.
Yeah.
That's a lot of activity, and I think it's time we wrap it.
Let's do it.
Time we wrap it, but should we give them the news we have so they kind of be prepared?
Go ahead.
No, you do it. You got the email, so go ahead and break the news, goodish and bad.
Well, so first of all, our game is Friday, November 28th.
Yep.
3 p.m. kickoff in Allen.
Plenty of space for everybody to be there.
Bring your horns.
It's a fun zone.
Okay.
Yep.
Eat your turkey, all your pie the day before. Come ready to be loud. Right? There's no excuse to miss it. But here's what's gonna end up happening. We submitted a request to do another video broadcast, and secretly we were like, we don't know exactly how we're gonna do it. Our cameras aren't meant for video broadcasts of games. They're great for getting clips of games and things like that, but they're not meant for being up in the press box areas, down to the field. They don't have that kind of zoom and power. So we're kind of like, all right, well, I guess we'll figure it out. So we'll toss a Hail Mary. So we've been denied the video. So there's going to be a video feed. Yeah, we knew it was going to happen.
NFHS, I think, is carrying the game.
Yes.
And so UIL plays nice with those people who come in and get those rights.
Yeah, so NFHS and Dave Campbell's have contracts with the UIL for all playoff games. And so that's why we have to submit requests. During the regular season, it's up to each school and team can broadcast at will.
And you may ask, how did we get the last game? Well, Dave Campbell's had the rights for the game, and they weren't sending a crew. So UIL knew they weren't sending a crew, so they could give us the rights to be able to broadcast the game.
And so
that's
Dave Campbell's
how the behind-the-scenes juju works.
Yeah, Dave Campbell's greenlit us for last week.
Yep.
Not for this week. So what we're going to do this week, though, is we will do a booth cam. Think when you watch Monday Night Football and they do the booth cam on the announcers, We'll have that style, and we'll have a score bug. Yep. So if you can't make the game, we're going to broadcast it and do commentary. So we'll give you guys the commentary, the play-by-play, all that's going on. You'll have a score bug that'll tell you what quarter we're in, things like that. Concurrent score. We won't have a clock running on that. That's beyond our scope right now. And like I said, we threw together our graphics package in 48 hours last week.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was wild.
Then we were blessed that we got to pull Wichita's graphics feed their score bug. That was a blessing. So it was pretty wild, but we're excited about it. We're gonna do a radio broadcast. So if you're gonna be away, you can at least listen to us call the game.
Yep.
And hear the action that's going on. So you can throw it on the TV and walk away and do something.
No matter how many times you ask, we cannot just simply turn our booth camera to the field. It is a punishable offense, and we don't want to be punished.
Yeah.
It's a copyright issue, and it can get very costly and legal, and
it can turn our channel off. And we value having the ability to encourage these players on our channel more than,
for sure.
Yeah,
more than showing you a glimpse of the field.
Yeah.
So it will, unfortunately, you will have to deal with the two bald-headed.
Now maybe we put a mirror behind us. No, we're not going to put a mirror behind us.
No,
guys.
we're not.
I guarantee you somebody will come and ask that. Could you guys put a mirror behind you and just casually have the field reflected?
No, we can't. We can't even do that. So, but we're excited. We're excited to be there. We're excited to have another opportunity to encourage our guys and these young men who are working so hard to fight for their goals, their dreams here. So I don't have anything else, man.
Until Friday, November 28th at 3 o'clock. You want to take us out?
All right. Go Coyotes on 3.
Let's go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go Coyotes.